There is a dangerous truth about always being the nice one. And before you scroll away, stay with me till the end because we are not just talking about emotional exhaustion, we are also exploring the psychology behind why it happens and how you can finally free yourself without losing your kindness. Have you ever wondered why some people can say no so easily while for you, that single word feels like betrayal? Why does your mind start calculating how others might feel without giving a damn about your own feelings? That's not weakness, that's how your mind's been wired. It's your brain's reward system, shaped over years, teaching you that approval equals safety. It starts long before we even realize it. When we were little, we were praised for being good, for not talking back, for keeping everyone happy. Our nervous system learned something very powerful. Being accepted means being safe. And your brain, designed for survival, stores that pattern like a muscle memory. So every time you overextend yourself, every time you say yes while your heart says no, you're not just being nice, you are reenacting a learned pattern of emotional self regulation. You have turned empathy into defense mechanism because deep down your mind believes if I stay kind, I won't be abandoned, I won't be left alone. But here's the paradox. The more you try to protect connection by being agreeable, the more disconnected you become from yourself. Your body begins to live in a state of chronic micro stress, heart rate slightly elevated, breath slightly shallow. Because your nervous system is always on the standby for potential conflicts. You confuse peace with avoidance, you confuse emotional fatigue with maturity, and slowly, your kindness becomes performance, a mask you wear to manage other people's comfort. Like when someone raises their voice and instead of standing your ground, you lower yours just to keep things calm. Or when you laugh off a hurtful comment, pretending it didn't sting because you don't want to be seen as too sensitive. That's self preservation dressed as harmony. Think about it. When someone calls you nice, you nod and smile, but deep down you wonder if they would still say it if you ever showed them the part of you that aren't easy to love. You have become the emotional shock observer, filtering your words, softening your truth, and convincing yourself that staying silent keeps the peace. But silence doesn't create peace, it creates distance between who you are and who you pretend to be. This is what psychologists call fawning, a trauma response where we please others to avoid conflict or rejection. And the reason it feels so hard to stop is because your brain has been trained to see approval as a reward. Each time your niceness earns validation, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical that makes you feel pleasure after an achievement. So, without realizing it, you start chasing approval the way someone chases a high. You're literally neurologically rewarded for self betrayal. But here's the liberating part, you can rewire this. You can train your nervous system to believe that boundaries are safe too. That, that not everyone's disappointment is your responsibility. It starts with a micro practice. One pause before every yes, one deep breath before every apology, and one honest answer when you feel the urge to please. Ask yourself, am I doing this out of love or out of fear of losing love? That question isn't just poetic, it's diagnostic. It reveals whether your kindness is healthy or habitual. And once you see the difference, you can begin to rewire it. The first step is awareness, noticing those tiny moments when your body tenses up before you say yes. The second is permission, giving yourself the right to disappoint someone if honesty demands it. And the third is practice, starting small. Say no to the things that drain you. Pause before fixing every situation. Let silence do some of the emotional labor for once. Over time, your nervous system learns something new, that boundaries don't end love, they protect it. That peace doesn't come from pleasing everyone, it comes from standing gently in your truth, and that you can still be compassionate without being constantly available. Healing this pattern isn't about becoming less kind, it's about becoming consciously kind. Be kind because you choose to be, not because you're scared not to be. Love that requires you to shrink isn't love, it's control. And peace that demands you to suppress your truth isn't peace, it's pressure. Maybe the goal was never to be the nice one. Maybe it was to be the whole one. The one who is gentle but grounded, empathic but self aware, kind but never at war with their own boundaries. Because there is nothing divine about self sacrifice, nothing selfish about self respect. Because the world doesn't heal from more niceness, it heals from people who have the courage to be real.